Joined today by David Hayes. We've had 3 winners in the past week, David, including Manila Jewel, who was very impressive yesterday at the city meeting at Mornington.
Yeah, I was thrilled with her. She's a filly that's been in work for a year and a quarter, I think 400 days in training, and to come out 7 weeks between runs and to win a 2,000 metre race like that really made me feel confident what we're doing up here. She goes out in the paddock during the day here, and she's got a couple of hours reward today, and then she goes back in, and I'm hoping in a couple of weeks she'll step out at Caulfield and do the same again.
Okay, hopefully so. And on to Geelong, it's the last synthetic meeting of the year there. We have a few runners engaged, 8 in fact. A few to talk about. Poitiers to start with. Yeah,
Poitiers first up, we probably let him run a bit free up in Sydney, and it was a real fast run race and was won by horses off the pace. We'll ride him a bit more conservative. With the run under his belt, I think he'll improve.
And there's also Minute by Minute and Rose Pattern, another 2 there to talk about.
Yeah, Minute by Minute's been very frustrating giving away a start out of the gates. We've been giving him a lot of barrier practice in the last week, and if he jumps better, he could improve out of sight, because I don't think that's a very strong race.
Okay, great. So Moonee Valley, we've got 6 runners actually. The first race is the Sportingbet handicap. General Ripper probably be 40 to 1 and probably will need to improve.
Yeah, he does. His last run I was disappointed in. We've put the tongue tie on him. Schofield felt that he got his tongue over the bit. Look, I've done a little bit of schooling with him, and we'll probably ride him a bit more positive around the valley. So hopefully he can improve.
And Mama's Choice in race 2, she was okay behind Commanding Jewel. How's she trained on?
Yeah, I think this filly's probably improved. A nice 3-week break between runs. She's drawn to get a nice run, and against her own sex, I think she'll run first 3 for sure.
Okay, and Spacecraft, you've done a bit of tinkering with him. He took up a front-running role last start. Same tactics this time around?
Look, he may not lead, but he'll be bang right on the pace. He really ran well for Chad Schofield the other day. We've given him a little bit of schooling between runs. That's what we did going into the last run. Probably improved his form by, 10 lengths. So we think this race is probably not quite as hard as last run. I thought it was full of Group 1 horses, where this one isn't, and it's the first time he's probably been about 7 or 8 to 1 in a long time, so the market's often a good guide where you're at with these horses.
And he's actually $5.50 with Sportingbet, so he's on the second line. Fictional Account and Unchain My Heart go around in race 4 over 2,500 metres. Fictional Account, a bit inconclusive first up in Australia. She's 23 to 1. How do you think she's going to improve, if she will?
Yeah, she'll improve her own weight this time. She'll be ridden slightly differently, just off the pace. She's one to look forward to now over the next coming 5 or 6 weeks, heading towards the Melbourne Cup. So I'd like her to run a competitive race this weekend, and then from there she'll be getting close to her peak. It's a long time between runs and up to 1.5 miles, but we've given her a typical European program. And Unchain My Heart is probably the one that'll get a lovely run. Is match fit. The form from her last race has worked out brilliantly. She's going to run a very good race at the track she's performed well in the past. I do feel that she's not at the peak yet. I'd say this run will bring her to her.
Okay, and race 8 closing out the card at Moonee Valley. Eagle Falls back to the 1,200 here, around 20 to 1 with Sportingbet. Very hard for the punters to follow. Can you shed any light on Eagle Falls?
Yes, this old horse has got a little bit cunning. We all know he's a genuine Group 1 horse. He's an Oakley Plate winner. We've changed a lot of the things at Lindsay Park this week with him. We'll put the blinkers back on him, and we're hoping that he'll sprint back. At the Valley's won a few races here, and he only has to really try and he'll be right in the finish. It's always dangerous to ride off Group 1 horses.
Dave, we move on to Saturday at Echuca. We have 4 runners engaged. Don't mention the Wars one to talk about, who was impressive first up, beaten as favourite second up. Can he improve here? Yeah, look, he ran a very well first up. Second up, a little bit of a shocker, but I think it was a tempo-related race. He drew wide and we went right back. Back at Echuca, where he's won before, I expect him to race closer to the pace and improve out of sight. His work's been very good. And on to Sunday, Dave, at Seymour. 4 runners there at this stage. Maritib's a good one to talk about, I think over 1,300 there. Looks a fairly weak field, and she's got barrier 3.
Yeah, look, she's drew the outside and had a horror run last start. I would say this girl would be very well placed here. Her track work's been excellent. and she handles all conditions, so we're pretty confident she'll break a maiden.
Also have Spirit of Carbine. How's she's tracking along?
Yeah, she's tracking along very well. She did a bit of a rogue thing at her first start. She bucked, pulled up shin sore. I think she was just immature last preparation. I expect her to sprint well fresh and just keep getting better as the preparation goes on.
Okay, bet of the week time now. Thanks to Sportingbet, we have the $100 free charity bet. Hopefully going to the National Jockeys Trust. Who are you liking this week to have the 100 on?
I'll definitely be backing Maritib.
Maritib on Sunday. Okay, good luck for the weekend, Dave.
Thank you.